Presenting exposes a lot about us to our listeners. In this modern age, it is more and more important that we can be professionals when we present. Knowledge is power in the presenting stakes. So, the safest course is to develop the skill rather than bumbling along like a loser. Welcome back to Year 4 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are looking at giving you a big edge in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is what caught my attention lately. Religious institutions have been suffering during the pandemic. Japan has more temples and shrines than convenience stores. Total revenues fell to around 270 billion yen, or $2.48 billion in 2020, compared to 350 billion yen, or $3.2 billion in 2015. Many of the approximately 77,000 temples in Japan don't have enough local patrons to support them. Typically, around 150 supporters are needed to keep the temple open. Now, 90% of funerals in Japan are Buddhist ceremonies. The costs can be anywhere between 1 million yen and 2 million yen. That's between roughly $10,000 to $20,000. In 2017, the average number of mourners at a funeral was 64. And those aged over 65 accounted for a record high of 28.7%. This is episode number 184. We're talking about how to defeat imposter syndrome as a presenter. So let's get going. Why don't we get the chance to do more public presentations of business? It becomes a hard skill to build and maintain if we don't get the chance. The internal presentations we give at work tend to be very mundane. Often we are just reporting on the numbers and why they aren't where they are supposed to be, or where the data is, or the date for the next project, or the details. These are normally rather informal affairs, and we're not in highly persuasive mode when we give them. We should be clear and concise, but we probably don't really get out of first gear as a presenter. Obviously, giving public talks is a lot more pressure than the internal weekly team meeting report. We need to be operating at a much higher level, and the complexity index is much, much higher as well. This translates into pressure and often comes with a big dose of self-doubt. This is called the imposter syndrome. Should I be the one talking on this subject? What if they have questions I can't answer? What if they don't like it, or me? What if I underperform as a presenter? What if I white out and I forget what I want to say? The scenes of potential disasters are played out in our minds as we talk ourselves into a panic. How do we stop that negative self-talk and get a more positive view on our potential to do a really first-class, impressive, professional job? It is not a level playing field. We need to realize that the world of business presenters is full of people who are quite hopeless and boring So the audience has been trained to expect very, very little. We don't have to be a superstar. We just need to be competent, and we will automatically stand out from the crowd of losers murdering their presentations out there every day. What does competent look like? It means we are well prepared. This doesn't mean we have 50 slides in the slide deck ready to rumble. It means we have thought about our talk in the context of who will be in the audience, what level of expert knowledge they have on the subject, so that we know at what level to pitch our talk. It means we have designed it by starting from the key punchline we will deliver in the initial close. And then we have worked backwards to select the chapters that will bring home that point we have selected. We have seized upon an opening that will grab the attention of our increasingly attention deficit audience. They're all armed with their mobile phones, ready to escape from the speaker at any hint of unprofessionalism or potential boredom. It means we will have rehearsed the talk at least 3 times to make sure it flows well and fits the time slot we have been allocated. We'll make sure the slides are supporting us, not hogging all the attention and upstaging us. They will be so clear, the audience can deduce the key point of each slide in 2 seconds because of how we are presenting the information. The slides provide us with the navigation of the speech, so we don't have to worry about what comes next. We also have our talking points in front of us if we need to refer to them as a backup, reducing our stress levels. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to become a fully competent and confident presenter, then do the High Impact Presentations course. We are all being judged when we speak, be it in the internal team meeting or in a public environment. Be it the big bosses, clients, or an industry audience, everyone is evaluating us. Don't blow it. Get the best training on the planet. Do the High Impact Presentations course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. It means we are not head down the whole time, reading from the printout or the laptop screen. We are eyes up and looking at some of the members of our audience. We are looking precisely at those who are either nodding approvingly or at least have a neutral expression on their face. This builds our confidence on the way through the speech. We are avoiding anyone who looks obstreperous, negative, hostile, or angry. We do this to keep our mental equilibrium under control and positive throughout the talk. We keep all of our doubts, fears, insecurities, and worries to ourselves as a secret. We definitely don't show any of these to our audience. We are fully committed to the idea that the show must go on no matter what unexpected things may occur during our speaking time. Those whom we have chosen to look at are getting about 6 seconds of total eye contact, and this is concentration each time on that person as we make our points. We then move to the next person, and we keep repeating this as we build a one-to-one feeling with members of our audience. They feel we are speaking directly to them. And this is powerful We are backing up our eye contact with our gestures, voice modulation, and pauses. This helps to drive home the key points we want to make. We are purposely asking rhetorical questions to keep everyone engaged. In terms of pure volume, we are speaking about 40% louder than normal. This projects our voice for clarity and at the same time, our confidence. Audiences buy speaker confidence, and we are keeping ourselves busy selling it to them. We're using our first close we developed as we go into Q&A, and we are confidently prepared for their questions. We are confident because we've built up reserve power through our study of the subject. We've kicked off Q&A by publicly stating how many minutes we have for the questions. We do this to give ourselves a dignified retreat, a smooth way of departing the talk if we need to, in case things get out of control and a bit too hot. We know how to cushion any salvos thinly disguised as questions that might come our way. A cushion is a general statement that doesn't agree with or disagree with what has been mentioned in the question. This cushion buys us crucial thinking time before we have to respond. We end the talk with our final close to make sure our key message is resonating with the audience. This is purposely designed to be the last thing they hear as they walk out the door. We don't plan to fail, we fail to plan is an old saw and still true. The key to success in building self-belief as a speaker is to be really well prepared and thoroughly rehearsed. When you make the time to fully prepare before the talk to become ready, you head off all potential disasters and meltdowns that might otherwise occur. This is how to build self-belief. Hard work, detailed preparation, and lots of practice before you give the talk. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Our website details are on screen now, enjapan.dalekani.com. It's awesome value, so please check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Touches You Know Share Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcasto show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews, wherever you get your podcast. Also, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Every Friday, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and every Saturday, Japan's top business interviews on YouTube. We appreciate your support. Please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses. And please join us in that endeavor. In episode number 185, we are talking about sales objections. Welcome. So, yoroshiku, onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. We've got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.